Hello everybody, I'm your host, Killer Bird Boy. Let's get raw. Nah, not this time. Man, I haven't made that intro in over 8 months. Wow, it really has been over 8 months. And the reason why I don't need that intro is because there's surprisingly no drama with the Paper Mario announcement. Even though a lot of people have been saying, oh, everyone's just gonna crap on this game and say, oh, this is the best one. It's not like this one, so I'm mad. Surprisingly, actually, everywhere I've looked, there's been a lot of positive reception to the announcement trailer of Paper Mario, the Origami King. And for good reason. For one, the story seems interesting. The main draw of Paper Mario, if we're not even looking at the RPG mechanics, the partners, blah, 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 is the story. And if the writing is there, then a Goomba can be as fleshed out as anything else. The other thing is, after seeing combat, it's ditched the whole sticker card, finding your arsenal and then whatever you use could win, other than the game thoroughly drawing out for you what item you need to use. I really struggled to bring myself to make this video because I've only played the first two Paper Marios and the good old Super Mario RPG. I actually really want to play Super Paper and Color Splash for its presentation, so I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, it's not like the good Paper Marios and there's only those Paper Marios and anything else is a subpar trash. The series to me doesn't really need to be an RPG, although that word is hard to use because it's still a turn-based thing that involved some thinking or timing, so they kept that in there. But if you scatter around the enemies with the same placement as the older games, but there's no level progression, then that seems odd. But from multiple screenshots, you do actually get stronger. You get more life. There's also shown to be normal boots and a hammer in this photo, and then in the trailer, shiny boots. Who knows if this is one and done, if there's some sort of a mana meter. It honestly doesn't matter. Now, the older Mario RPGs weren't really incredibly difficult by RPG standards. You could actually get clapped if you got blindsided. Looking at you, Shadow Queen. But we don't need difficulty. The Paper Mario series has kind of went into the route of Yoshi or Kirby, especially looking at Yoshi, where it's the thematic presentation that makes the experience. Be it wool or crafted, and the stakes aren't really high, but you're kind of just going through an experience and enjoying the presentation. Essentially, you could give it to a kid and they can go through the game fine. I don't think if you just have the ability to read, you can get through Thousand Year Door. I'm not saying Thousand Year Door is elitist, I am just pointing out the differences in difficulty. This is why I found it very difficult for me to make this video, because I don't want to sit on the fence. I enjoy the format of the older games, but I recognize the place for their newer ones. The gameplay is fun. Doesn't matter what it is. The presentation is phenomenal with its writing and all the assets are in the world. And the new one actually has an engaging story. So even though it is still paper themed, paint, stickers, origami, there is still an engaging story with, a corrupted Princess Peach. I love that idea. Like, again, with Shadow Queen and Thousand Year Door, and having Bowser as a partner is always such a good idea. That's one of the main reasons why I love Mario RPG, because it was the first to introduce that to the series. It's way too early to judge. I'm seeing people that are saying, finally a return to form. I'm seeing others say, wow, those Thousand Year Door people should just shut the hell up. I'm actually not seeing a whole lot of people complain, so either I've cut those people out of my life, or I'm actually really proud of this community. People are actually hopeful to see what that team at Intelligent Systems actually pull out this time around. I love the combat mechanics in the old games because it's such a fun, engaging experience that you can actually add challenge and play in any way you want and explore to find meaningful power-ups other than just a thrower item like upgrading your partners. I love all that stuff, but just because the series is taking a wildly different path, I'm not going to write it off immediately. Paper Mario 64 was Mario RPG 2, then Mario Story. Mario Story is the series that is being continued here. Some paper book story. So if the actual story is there and we're not doing Koopalings and there's some cool origami ritual that takes your soul or whatever, I am so down for that. And this time around, again, it looks like it is mostly just the standard Mario enemy with variations like a paper mache Goomba and, for the most part, Bowser's minions, but origami form. So it makes sense, it's Bowser's armor, he's teaming up with Mario, it looks like he got crushed in some little square. Oh, and he's mad. You ain't gonna make a square out of Bowser. It's actually a lot like Mario RPG, Bowser and Mario teaming up after he lost his pride. And we still do have more characters, like Olivia and the Origami King. Is her name Olivia? Yeah, it's Olivia. They're adorable. They look kind of like Jester-esque, going along with the whole king theme. And for my example where I said it's okay if they're generic enemies if they're actually fleshed out like the characters we got in the original games. This Bomb that you meet, you can see him on the raft. Looks like he's tags along. He's not a part of battle. Maybe you can't use him to interact with the environment. We'll see. We don't know. That was the enjoyable things of the older games. But with these massive now open areas, it doesn't seem like exploration is gonna be a thing that we're yearning for. So long as they're, occupied with things to do, maybe you can explore for whatever the hell type of collectibles or EXP there is for that game, I guess. Since the sticker series items was its EXP type deal. The main reasons why I'm okay with the changes in format is they in essence have what the main draw of the Paper Mario series was. The characters, the story, the scenery, the fun in the game, so if there's actually fun in this game. And I'm hopeful that we get a Mario Luigi traditional RPG on Switch one day, but Alpha Dream, rip the dream. The whole reason why Paper Mario took this direction in the first place was because that the Mario and Luigi series would be the de facto Mario RPG series, and they didn't want more than one. From growing up with Mario RPG to Paper Mario 64 to Thousand Year Door, and just seeing that progression, Thousand Year Door feeling like it was absolutely the peak of that format, I do enjoy those games more than all the new ones, and I probably will for what it's worth. But as I've been able to digest things, it's not because of the format, and it's not because that Toad is wearing something different, therefore there is more character design, even though the writing could be better in the newer games than the older ones. Maybe I'm just kind of like, I'm not the other Thousand Year Door fans. Focus on a badass story, make battles that are actually meaningful, keep the presentation pretty much color splash level. I mean, it was already the pull of the game, and we'll see how Mario got the fancy shiny boots. Oh, and I forgot to mention that there are stadiums now, which with Mario fighting the basic jobbers of these origami Goombas, the stadiums will probably get progressively more filled as you progress through the games. Maybe the characters will swap out based on the environment, again like Thousand Year Door. Just one of those little things that make that game so good, and I hope they bring that level of charm and attention to detail. Give it soul and love. This series is really important. And this means my boy Paper Mario got a chance in Smash. I've always said, hey, Paper Mario or Geno or even Fawful, just put someone in from the Paper Mario RPG series. They deserve to be in that game. I played Mario RPG before I even played Pokemon, and now RPGs is probably one of my most favorite genres, so seeing that boy in Smash, oh goddamn. If I had to assume, there's probably going to be an emphasis on sequences, i.e. you don't just go into a dungeon and then go from point A to point B exploring and all that. There's like open areas, sequences with like bosses or mini games, and it'll just be a very linearly progressing, focused experience from point A to point B, which is not a bad thing. It's just so long as it's engaging and the player's input seems meaningful, unlike the battles in the sticker series, then we're talking. We're cooking with Miss T's cookbook now, boys. Sorry for the complete rambling. Try and get more easier format discussions on this channel while I work on my bigger reviews. Doom is in the work right now. If you want to see my reaction to the color... I almost said Color Slash. To the Origami King, epic name. That's on my second channel. Second channel I upload more often, just funny little let's play highlights, gaming highlight, whatever. I don't want to upload too infrequently on this channel, that's why I'm trying to do things like these, but it is going to be a little difficult with school going full force again. I might just throw up a little bit of my easier form content here and there. Let me know what you think. Sorry about the rambling. Write in the comments what your favorite Mario genre is, and obviously what you think about the whole Origami King thing and people's reactions to it, or I guess what they were expecting. It was just a whole lot of, I hope it's good, which is that even a bad thing to say? Like, of course, if you see the first initial announcement trailer of any game, you bet that people would say, I hope it's good, rather than, it's gonna be a masterpiece. Mine is definitely the Mario RPGs, and then 3D, and then party games. 2D is honestly probably my least favorite, but not that they're bad, just so happens to be that way. Actually, no, as I've gone older, the party games.